Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. I am Sailaja, and I have been doing this holistic healing hypnotherapy since some time now. In addition to this, I've been doing a lot of different programs. But yeah, that is in short my introduction. Mm, I must say, I am by profession into IT and by passion into spirituality. And that's been since 2013. I've been into the path of spirituality, and I'm a PSP master practitioner, which is profound somnambulism protocol and advanced QHHT practitioner. And I've also been a spiritual healer and Reiki grandmaster, a Kriyavan, and a yoga coach. So this is all about me, and we will get to know about each other slowly as we progress. Today, we are going to discuss more about this holistic healing hypnotherapy regarding what it is actually and how it can benefit us to the overall well being of life, and what are all included into this holistic healing hypnotherapy as a modality so that um, we can benefit to the maximum out of it and make our life smoother and spiritually evolve, that which is our main agenda, right? So yeah, here if you see, the holistic healing hypnotherapy has got many things into it. Okay, so when we do holistic healing hypnotherapy, meaning when we send a person into trance, and when we know the person has so and so issues as part of the pre session discussion, then what we do is we emphasize on the issue, and then we see what would come up in the session. And sometimes, most of the times, the client is stuck in their inner child issues. Then we may need to do inner child work, and part of them is very anxious and anger all the time, so we may have to do the parts therapy. And there could be a role change where we need to talk to the other person or the other person in their life indirectly through them. Then it is a role change. You will understand this slowly as you go forward into the slides. I mean, I'm just giving a gist of what all include, what all come in holistic healing hypnotherapy. And there are a lot of souls that get entrapped into our aura. Okay, and we get to understand what are all the souls that are getting entrapped in the aura, and we release the spirit, that whatever that is there in the aura, we get to release that soul. And there, and many a times in our past lives, mm, it so happens that our soul has gone through a lot of traumatic incidents, or so many accidents, because we all have lived thousands of lives. So when that happens, then the soul gets fragmented, meaning part of us is lying down in the universe or in some other timeline or in some other dimension. So we bring all of them and merge with our own soul so that we may feel whole. Maybe this is still not whole, but whatever we have lost, we bring them back and integrate with ourselves. And most of the times, the regression to the womb, this is very important. So especially kids, if you see, they have been going through an unnecessary anxiety because his or her mom has the same anxiety, or they are unnecessarily sad, or they are unnecessarily hyper, or they are unnecessarily not being able to do something that they are supposed to do at their age. So what happens is, it is not their own emotion or their own thing that they are carrying. They, when we regress back to the womb of the mother, then we understand that the mother has also gone through, can you please go on mute? The mother has also gone through the same thing in her pregnancy time, which is carried to the child and which is given to the child, and the child is also going through that without the child's knowledge. When they come to the session, it's not about only child. When we were child, we had gone through, and then we've been carrying it over the years. Now when we go through this regression to the womb, we understand that, yeah, most of the emotions or some of the emotions are not really of ours. So we release them. And there's especially this inner child work and regression to the womb are very much interlinked, that we get to understand what could be the main issue. Okay. And parts therapy, as we just spoke, and the spirit releasement. So what I believe is, as part of spiritual healings, we have done so many spiritual healings, maybe more than 500, 600, or even 1,000 plus. So we've been doing even before COVID. So as we have seen that there are lots of spirits that are souls that are in the environment and they are seeking for a release. And all the souls, because they do not have the body, we call them ghosts. And where when they are in their astral form, they must also be treated with the equal respect and love as we are. Because when we are clearing something in the session for one of the clients, then came in some spirit, they, and it is like an assistance to that spirit also, that we get to know, understand how it died, and how, since when it is clung to this client's aura, and then when we release that spirit, it is going to the light. And this person who is in the client, who is being the client, they have, through them the spirit is released, so it's a lot of blessing to them as well. So this spirit releasement has a very important thing in this hypnotherapy session. It has got a very important place, because we think that, unnecessarily, with no reason, we get thoughts of suicide. I mean, sometimes, it's not for everyone. Unnecessarily we feel like crying, unnecessarily we get headaches. Okay. It is all that is, you get the gut feeling that you are carrying something that is not of yours. That is all the spirits. Okay. These are all the spirits. And when these spirits are released, they go to light. Then we ourselves get freed up from all those emotions or things that we've been carrying unknowingly. And how is it different from soul entrapment? What is the soul entrapment? Soul entrapment is, again, when a traumatic incident happened because of one of the things that had happened in the past life. Then the soul has not processed the death properly. Meaning, if I had gone through one of the accidents or very traumatic incidents in one of my past lives, where my soul did not process that information of death properly, then it's suddenly gone. It didn't plan for its own demise, or it's suddenly gone. When it's gone, the soul is entrapped in that emotion. It's not released from that emotion. Okay. When such a life is shown again, or when such a life is being experienced again in the hypnotherapy, in the holistic healing hypnotherapy, and when the death is processed again by the soul without any issue, the soul gets released from all that entrapment that it had been going through. We'll discuss about all these case studies tomorrow, but yeah, this is it. And second, and very another important thing is the family karma. Most of the times, if you know that we are our own ancestors, we are our own ancestors. I might have been taking birth after 10 generations of my actual birth. So when my great 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 grandmother or grandfather had taken birth in the same family and wanted to take birth again, because there is something that is left out for me to clear. Or if I am taking birth as only spiritual person in my family now, as a new member or somebody, then it is quite possible that none of my family members are spiritual, whereas I have taken this path, meaning I am carrying all the burden of my family members. I'm sharing their karma with me so that they are also evolving with me. It is an indirect implication that happens to the family. That's why the people say that if the, if the head of the family does puja and everything, it comes to the entire family, because this is the thing that, they've been carrying the they've been carrying the responsibility of the family on their shoulders. So it need not be only the head of the family, it could be any person in the family who has taken a greater route for their evolvement. Okay. And this SE or divine interaction, spiritual, um, subconscious, and divine interaction. This is the last step where through this trance mode, when the client is lying down and when we are invoking the divine, they are coming through the client and interacting with us. This may seem very unnatural, very much hypothetical, but this is the fact. Your subconscious can speak. Your subconscious or the divine beings around us can speak, and they speak through us, nobody else. Okay, it's I will talk about the HC and the rest of the things going forward, but this divine interaction can will also happen. Sometimes it could be your ancestors, sometimes it could be your higher self, sometimes it could be somebody, some divine being. To explain you this, maybe I will go into the specific slide and explain you deeper. Okay, how astral, causal, and the realms, and then how the divine beings are created. Okay, let us go to, yeah, these are the supportive processes in addition to the holistic healing hypnotherapy we offer in spiritual happenings, and that is the spiritual healings, as we've been doing this since before COVID to 2019, and it's been a huge success and many have benefited from this, and even now people are benefiting from the spiritual healings. In this process, you don't have to go into trance, or you don't have to do you don't have to do anything except for being on call, understanding what we are saying. When we ask you to observe the energy, you will need to observe, and but you will have to come with complete surrenderance, that the healing would happen. So this is a very special modality of us. And Reiki, as you all know, we've been doing Usui Reiki, Karuna Reiki, and yeah, the very advanced level of Reiki, that is the Lightarian Reiki, and also the Arcturian Reiki, which is the Reiki from the 12th dimension. Okay. And the yoga therapy, this is usually our strength, which as in when we started, I mean, this has been there since long for us. We started with yoga therapy as a therapeutic practice where you don't need all the asanas, only some of the asanas would help somebody. It's a personalized approach to the uh, client, and we would give you a complete lifestyle plan so that they can benefit from it. Many have benefited and they've been benefiting continuously. So these are all the supportive processes that we do along with the holistic healing hypnotherapy. I go forward. Before understanding hypnosis, one must understand how our consciousness operates, or how our brain operates. Okay, the states of the brain. So if you see the universe, okay, if you see the universe, it's full of vibrations. Those who have attended yesterday night's magic frequency meditation, they would know it's full of vibrations. So uh, as you see, the matter is the most solidifying form of the vibration. And when we leave this body, we become the astral beings, then our vibration is much higher. So we are not vibrating at the solidification form, we are vibrating at a different form, gaseous form rather, or a light form. So that's how we have a, based on the form that we are vibrating, and based on how we are understanding our brain states, I mean how we are connected to the universe, which is entirely the vibration, our states of mind changes, our states of brain changes, and that's how we differentiated, or the scientists have categorized this into beta, alpha, theta, delta. Okay, what is a beta state? I'm thinking this is a beta state. Alpha state is when you relax. It's a light trance state. Okay, you relax, listen to the music, watch TV, something that enjoy yourself, that brings joy to you, is the alpha state. Theta state, if you observe, that is the pre-sleep and the after waking up, before waking up state. So if you know that we, most of the people, we wake up, we use restroom, we come back and we continue to sleep. How do we do that? Because that state is where we call it as sleepwalking, where we are not completely aware but not completely asleep. We know what is going on, yet we are doing the things. Okay, that is the somnambulistic state. Okay, when I said I'm a PSP practitioner, I'm a profound somnambulism practitioner. Okay, meaning being able to put into a person to that state effortlessly. That is the profound somnambulism. And pre-sleep state is something, when you are falling into sleep. Most of us whose mind is occupied with thoughts, they pick up on one thought and they go to sleep, right? Or they may not fall asleep. But when they are slowly driving into sleep, then a state comes where your thoughts vanish, your own thoughts vanish, and you are becoming heavier. Can you please go on mute? Okay, so that when we are diving into the sleep, that state is called somnambulistic state. And that state is where we attain during this holistic healing hypnotherapy. Through that state, we get the access to our subconscious mind. When we have access to our subconscious mind, we can access all the records that had happened in this life, current life, previous life, future life, whatever, okay, in the universe. And then is the delta state, which is the deep sleep state. Okay, you can call the theta as a dream state also sometimes. This theta is even deeper than dream, and deep sleep state is where you don't get any dreams. Regenerative state, where our body organs start regenerating. Okay, so that is the theta state. And going forward, yeah, when we said we need to understand this consciousness, it's conscious, subconscious, unconscious, we all know about it. Okay, we need to understand that consciousness works based on what we feed into it. Okay, when we are feeding it with complete awareness, then you are in the conscious state. Okay, then when you have fed something into subconscious already, like for subconscious, it is not like there is a filter. There is no filter for subconscious. There is something called critical mind or critical brain. Right hemisphere, left hemisphere, or right brain, left brain, and there is something called critical brain, which is in between. This critical brain will do this filtering process. Otherwise, whatever comes, subconscious takes it without any filtration. So it would be, the storage would be full by now. So it takes this critical mind or critical brain, it divides, it separates, like, okay, this thought into the trash, this thought into the subconscious, this thought into the unconscious, this thought can be conscious. So it keeps on filtering and doing this processing work. So this is about subconscious. And what is unconscious? We don't remember. Okay, so it is like our childhood memories. Some of us do not remember what had happened within 1 year to us or 2 years to us. What had happened after birth? We don't remember. And that is an unconscious memory now. Okay, all these memories conscious, subconscious, unconscious can be accessed in this hypnotherapy process. So now let's understand hypnosis. Before going into the hypnotherapy, let's understand hypnosis. What is this hypnosis? It is, as I said, it is a state of relaxation with focused relaxation so that you can bring about the data that we want and correct the the things that had happened to us and regenerate the body cells, do whatever that you want to do with your life through hypnosis with complete control of yours. Okay, it's a focused, relaxed state. And hypnotic trance. Now, I am talking to you, right? You're listening. If you're carefully listening, you look at the screen and you look at me. You will not look at the frame around this laptop or your screen, or you will not look beyond what is going on, right? Or if you're watching a movie, when you're watching a movie, when you're immersed into a movie, you do not see the frame of the TV, or you don't see the frame in the theater for that screen. You're immersed into it. That state, there is a state that we are already tapped into, and that is called trance state. And this trance is called hypnotic trance. And we are in the waking state. We are not lying down, we have closed our eyes, we didn't do anything there, but we are in the trance state. That is called hypnotic trance. Or if you are reading a book, you are so much immersed into the book, you've been reading and reading, somebody is passing and we don't even recognize, because that is the state we would always tap into. Meaning anybody and everybody goes through this state day in, day out. Even they agree, even they don't agree, even if they allow, don't allow, right? And we always go through the self hypnosis. All the hypnosis is self hypnosis, okay? Because this is Atkinson hypnosis, who is the legend of hypnosis. He had said that all the hypnosis is self hypnosis. Unless until you allow yourself to be in the focused state, then nobody can hypnotize you. So we do this self hypnosis onto us every day, believe it or not. One is before sleeping, second, before waking up. So you will slowly come out of the dream state, slowly. That state where you don't want to come out of your bed, you keep on listening to the chirps and noises around in your home, but you're still in some kind of sleepy thing in the bed, like a cocoon. That is the state. That's so we all go through the self hypnosis states, self hypnosis 2 times a day. So it is possible to put everybody into hypnosis. So nobody has to think that, yeah, can I go into the state? Do I have to do anything? Nothing. We are already there. Okay. And there are differences between the hypnosis and meditation. Meditation, most of the time, we are in the alpha state. Okay. We go to the theta state sometimes, where there also, meaning what, you are already self hypnotizing yourself. You are in the trance state, which is equal to the self hypnosis state, or the hypnotic trance state, or deeper somnambulistic state. Even in meditation, if you go to the theta state in meditation, but not many would do go there. Or if somebody goes there, they do their self healings there. So that can also happen in meditation. Okay. And there are so many myths on hypnosis that, if somebody is hypnotizing me, what if I am stuck in the past life? Or if somebody is hypnotizing me, so it is a responsibility of the practitioner to bring or to release all the memories of the past life and bring them back. So you should be choosing your facilitator or your practitioner very carefully. And can I be hypnotized? Yes, you can be. As I said, you're already doing hypnosis 2 times a day. And what if what if a person puts me into hypnosis and draws all the bank documents and then all the passports out of me? No, because you're always in control. Only what you would want to tell, you will tell. Okay. and nobody would give the very secretive information that is stored, because this information that we are talking about is all logical information. Okay, and this logical information is left brain, and in hypnosis we tap into the right brain, so the left brain information don't come in, so you don't have to worry about it. And now we all know that we have lived so many times, 84,000 times, to be in the state of human. This human birth is very, very important, right? This human birth is a blessing, but most of us are suffering. Why are we suffering? We are suffering because of our own deeds. Is it right to say? Yes, it is right to say in one way. But what do I say is, every experience, every time, like, how does this soul evolve? It goes into, um, first, as it started evolving into this material world, it starts, all the five senses start developing. The five senses don't come once for all, they come slowly. Okay, they take a butterfly birth, or a lizard birth, or a birth of a dog, or a birth of a cow, or a birth of a frog. Okay, where, skin is attached, so the touch is known. Where there is, the birth of an owl, or the birth of a snake, where ears, or it has only ears, so it grasps the vibrations through sounds, so its hearing is developed. So we all have taken lots of births. So if you see, for some people, they keep on seeing, but they don't see what is actually in front of them. Okay, they keep on eating, they don't know what they are eating, because they're still evolving. The soul is still evolving. It is evolving on the sense of taste. The soul is evolving in the sense of vision. So there are, different ways that the soul evolve. As the soul is evolving, as it is developing all its five senses, once it has come into the human life, or even in the human life as it's evolving, there are a lot of experiences that the soul goes through. So maybe I might have got bored in one of the births, that I said, no, no, being nice is always not good. I want to be, bad to somebody. I might have taken that birth. Okay. Or, why am I killing people all the time? This is not good. Maybe I want to go through something that is entirely opposite. Maybe I'll choose it. So, in the universe, there is no good and bad. It can be like, the soul has dropped down. We are evolving back to meet the creator, right? The creator says that you can choose the positive polarity or the negative polarity, meaning the negative experiences and the positive experiences. You know this story of Jai Vijay. It's a story of Jai Vijay from Mahavishnu. Jai Vijay comes down, and they have got this bane that, do you want to come back to me after 6 good births, or do you want to come back to me after 3 bad births? What did they choose? They have chosen bad births. So that's how this Ravana, Narakasura, so many things have came into the world, and then they have ascended. So it's not only that you're doing good deeds, you ascend. It's also the bad deeds that helps us ascend. Entirely, the thing is the experience that matters. And with the experience comes the law of balance. With the experience comes the law of balance. Because we have chosen a soul group to help us evolve mutually with each other, we say that I did this to you, you do this to me, like that, and then we create a exchange of experience, and this exchange of experience is something that we are calling it as karma. When we say karma, when we say, like, you have done wrong to me, I am doing wrong to you now, that doesn't work. That doesn't happen like that. It inculcates fear consciousness. And in the universe, there is no fear consciousness. It's all joy consciousness that is there in the universe. And when we are falling down the joy consciousness, we are coming into the anger, fear consciousness. Don't go there. Understand that everything is an experience, and these experiences is just for our lessons, our learning, and our evolution. Okay, during the process, we have gathered a set of experiences. And these experiences, so-called law of balances, we are calling it as Sanchita Karma, Prarabdha, Agami Karma. Let's not talk about karma. We said Sanchita, Prarabdha, Agami. Sanchita is nothing but all the experiences that you have accumulated until now. Prarabdha is the experiences that you have chosen to take into the next life. And Agami is during this life that you have been brought some experiences to experience and evolve and learn from that. You create an effect of, you already start creating some more experiences for your future life. Okay, it's not possible that you don't create any experience and be neutral. Even the person being a yogi sitting in Himalayas, they also create an experience for their future. Okay, but that future may be on the earth plane, maybe on the different plane, maybe close to the creator. That depends on their sadhana. This is the karma or the law of balance. Through the holistic healing hypnotherapy, you will understand what you had experienced earlier, based on which what have you brought into this life as a new experience. For example, if somebody has killed somebody in one of the lives, and both of them had gone through an experience, right? That the killer and the killed has gone through an experience, and they said, yes, now that I have killed you, and there is a ripple of vibration that has created between us, and that is the guilt and anger for you and guilt for me. Let us sort this out and let us learn this on the other side. You learn not to be angry. I learn to be guilt free. So for these two lessons, they will create new experience for this life. So they come down, and they do not, it is not like they both have been involved in that life. They both come as it is, they live together, or they do this among themselves. That doesn't happen like that. That is not. Law of balance is that you learn that experience and evolve. That's it. It may or may not be with the same person. Okay, the whole point is balancing. And it so can happen that you get an irritating family, and you've been trying not to be angry. Okay, and you've got so many things for you to feel guilty, but you are releasing that, feeling ashamed, you're releasing that, constantly releasing that. That's how at some point it gives you a breakthrough that, yeah, enough, I'm done, I've learned it, enough, done. So when you do this with graceful surrender and faith on the divine, that, yeah, I have brought this for my own self. It's not somebody who has imposed it onto me. It's me who has brought it for my own evolution. And then with that awareness, you live your life, and that's it. That is done. You got the breakthrough. You don't have to go through that experience again and again, and you are gone to the next lesson. Okay, so you get promotion as we get promotions as we are evolving. Okay, this is all about karma. And how do we understand this in holistic healing hypnotherapy? Is when we go into trance, we understand the experiences and what we have chosen for this life, and what we are going through, and what are the lessons. And okay, as I said, we are all the sparks of one source, and we are all here to learn. And when the soul is ready, and when you choose certain processes like this, sometimes it so happens that it is not only that you get to see your past lives, or you get to know about your experiences only in the hypnotherapy sessions, or in hypnosis sessions, or past life sessions, regressions. It can also happen that it comes as a click to you, that as a knowing that I know this place, I have lived here, or I have gone through this. Like, if you know that you have done a work effortlessly without knowing that you could do that, that means what? You have done that thousand number of times in many births, and that comes to you as a knowing. It's not a realization, it's not a revelation also, it's a knowing that, yeah, I know this. So when you know that, then you don't have to go and see the past life again. Okay, it's that knowing that is needed. And sometimes it gets revealed in your dreams. Sometimes it gets revealed in your meditations. Sometimes it gets revealed during any argument that you have with any of your friends or colleagues. Sometimes it gets revealed during the conversations. Many things. It's not only that you get revealed to your past life only through hypnosis, but hypnosis is the best medium where you get to see the entirety of the past life, not only a glimpse. Okay, and in this process we get to see the entirety, like, where the issue actually happened, and how did you choose that experience, what happened around that experience, who were involved that experience in that experience, and what happened until you leave the body, and what happened exactly at the time you left the body, and what the soul lessons are. So it's not a small thing that you get to see everything in a span of 3 hours or 2 hours. It's so much information that you download from your own subconscious. It's like a small memory chip. Your subconscious is a small memory chip in the universe. So you access that, you get the information back to your own self. It's not easy. And when you experience that, you will know, the greatness of this method. Okay. And not everybody. See, there could be like, I have posted this to so many, right? Some have come voluntarily, some have asked and come, and some I told them to come because they are eligible for that. Not everybody get to know to this process, because only once only once your soul is ready to reveal itself to you, then you are eligible, then such processes come to you. Okay, so that is how I look at it, because my perspective have changed after coming into this modality and understanding. Many may think that during this process we heal or the divine heals. Believe me, you are the best healer. You and your higher self only does the healing. Okay, you can heal yourself along with higher self. That only happens in this session. Okay, and nothing we do, we just facilitate, and then we see what's going on. It's a cinema for us, and it's a cinema for you too. That, your past life is running like a cinema on your own screen, and into our screen also it's running like a cinema. So we don't do anything, we don't heal you. It is your own inner self, and it's your higher self. Okay, they do the healing. And you will see that when you come to this process, you will automatically get into the state of surrenderance. You will automatically getting into the state of letting go, calmness, and that would automatically you will tap into those frequencies. And when you tap into those frequencies, and your higher self is always connected with you, and they keep on giving good messages, that feel good factor would immediately come into your life. But you need to stick to this process, unlock your experience, unlock your past life, and see what's going on. Okay, this has to be the mindset, and this is very important. Okay, and the dialogue with the divine. I said that I will explain you about this dialogue with the divine in a little deeper. So, it is like a 0 and 1, or all the vibrations. When the divine is vibrating, they are there is a formless, pure consciousness. There is no vibration there. That is Shiva. When the vibration started, anything that is in motion is Shakti. Okay. When it started, Shakti has transformed itself into many, many different forms and the entirety. When people talk about Kundalini, or when people talk about the merging Shiva, Shakti with Shiva, means what? We must go back to that vibrationless state. Okay, we must go back to that vibrationless state. So, as this vibrations are getting slightly denser, there has been a causal realm that is formed where you have the bigger deities. Okay, and it has become more denser. Astral realm has formed. It has got, lower, slightly lower deities. Who are all those deities? I'll talk about it. Okay, and then they have come down slightly, and we are all formed material world, and we are all formed, we are all most solidified forms of these vibrations. Okay, and we have all these 7 chakras, right? And when the kundalini, or when we work on our chakras, or when we work on our vibrations through many processes that we have available in hand at the moment, we start vibrating lower. When we start vibrating lower, the dense material that we have becomes lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. So when we reach the Sahasrara, boom, we go out. When we go out, we don't take birth back into this realm. We take birth into the astral realm. So to go out is the biggest process that one has to go through, life after life, life after life. They try. Sometimes in one life, they may be stuck in the lower 3 chakras, which is the most material. Some lives, they slightly go higher to the anahata until Vishuddhi. Okay, the desire to speak. They will be till here. And going further, after so many lives, after so many experiences, so many evolutions in the soul evolution ladder, we are maybe here. And then only when we touch the Sahasrara, we go out of the Sahasrara, is the only point when we know that we call it as, people call it as mukti. There is no mukti as such like that. Okay, we go and then we don't come into the physical realm. We stay in the astral realm. So how are the deities found? All our ancestors who have gone out and they have taken lives in the astral and causal realms. Okay, don't think that our ancestors are those photos that we know. There are many ancestors that we do not know, generations and generations, and we have taken lives in many different families. So much of DNA exchange that had happened, so much of memory that is there. So the bigger, the higher beings that we are calling in different dimensions are nothing but we are all the descendants of them. We are all the descendants of that one pure consciousness. So all of the divine beings, be in the astral, causal, or there are so many different layers. I'm not talking about those different layers now. There are so many different layers in between. In every realm, there are 7 layers up and 7 layers down. Okay. And in every realm, there are so many different layers. And to the creator, where it vibrates nothing, until then, there are so many layers. Meaning, there are all the consciousness of the divine who is Shakti vibrating in these layers is taking lives again and again, evolving itself. When it is evolving itself, we are also evolving. When we are also evolving, it is also evolving. That consciousness is also evolving. So, which is why they are all always 24/7 available to help to us. They are just a thought away. They are not somewhere. Okay, they don't have form. Don't think them in a form. Just because it is easy for us to imagine them, we have given a form of Hanuman, Vishnu, Shiva, whatever. Okay, but they don't have a form. They are pure consciousness. There is this Shakti consciousness that is existing, and they're ready to help. They're just a thought away. Our masters are just a thought away. When we ask them for help, they are just there. And when this help, when asked in the calm state of mind in meditation, you get a certain level of help, right? When this is asked in the deeper levels of trance, where you are hypnotized on the bed of hypnosis, then you get the maximum help. But is the soul ready to receive? How much is the soul ready to receive? Only that much you will receive. If you say that, if it is quite possible that if you have to experience an experience, but you are surrendering yourself and your experience to the divine, and you are saying, I don't want to experience this any beyond, I'm done with this, I've learned what I have learned, and this is not needed, trust me, it will be removed like this in a fraction of a second. That's how divine help is. We call them divine because they are all pervading. It's just around us. There is no gap between them and us. As I'm speaking, they're listening. And as you're listening, they are also listening. So, this is how divine works. And between you and the divine, between you and your higher self, so we all have our higher self. It's like we all take, there is no timeline in the astral or the other worlds, right? For the soul also there is no time. For the soul, everything is happening at once. My past life, my present life, my future is happening at once. But for me, in this material world, my past I see back, my future I see forward. Because we've been explained, and these are all metaphors for us to understand this universe in this material world. That doesn't mean that we limit ourselves here. Okay. So when they are seeing like an aerial view, they look at us from an aerial view, they know what is happening, like past, present, future, what is happening with the soul at once. So they know the best what can be given to us, what can be, what experience they can shift here and there, because it is the soul's decision. If the soul decides, it has to experience all the experiences the way it has decided to experience. And if it is adamant, divine cannot do anything. They cannot change their mind. That is because of the free will that the soul has stuck to. I want this. Then divine cannot say no. Okay. And when the soul is surrendered and when it is pleading for help, divine is all the way able to help you and put you out of that experience at any given point of time. But that needs a lot of surrenderance and patience and trust on the divine. Okay. And there are no secrets. You cannot hide anything. You can hide anything on the hypnosis table with me, but you cannot hide anything with the divine. Okay. So that is all about the divine beings. And yeah. And yeah, as I said, it is the divine checks if you are suitable for healing or not, if you are eligible for healing or not, based on your own plan, the soul's plan that it has taken. If the soul decides, no, I don't want this experience, it can be removed. But if the soul says, no, I want this experience, it has to go through. And if there is another entity involved, like another experience is also entangled with this experience, then there will be the best thing that they will say, that there will be a forgiveness therapy saying that, okay, you both talk among yourselves, get this sorted out so that we can remove this experience out of your basket. They will suggest that. And this happens, all these things happen in hypnotherapy session in front of us. It's not like a physical person coming in. It's like the consciousness of the other person would come and then they talk, and you will witness it in the session. Okay. And yeah, how is this session structured? Holistic healing hypnotherapy session is structured with first interaction. When a client calls us, talks to us, that would be our first interaction. Okay. And then we will tell them if they really want to take up the session, understanding the problem. And when we see that, yeah, this can be done. And when we see there is nothing that cannot be done, honestly. But sometimes if the person is not ready, it's like that, okay, I pay you money, you do whatever you want, but I need to be get healed. That doesn't work. Okay. Divine says, if we are taking one step towards you, okay, one step towards you for your own benefit, we would want at least 2 steps for your own self. Or if you are taking 10 steps for you, take one step for yourself, because that is needed. And it cannot be like, okay, somebody has this issue, you please clear it out. No, because it is your permission that is very much involved. It is your your clarity of thought of what you want in this session is very much involved. That would happen in the first interaction. And then comes inner work and water alchemy. Somebody has done, Shravani has done today 101 days of inner work. Very good. And this inner work, this is a combination of soul invocation and affirmations. And this is designed for the overall well-being. And be it anybody, if you are taking the session or not taking the session, this is very helpful. With water alchemy meaning, the water that we carry as memory, it's because our body is 90% of 70% of water. And this memory, when it is going and merging with our own memory, it can create miracles. It can cure you from many things. And that is all about water alchemy. I'm not going deep there. So we do this with an intention that you are at peace, you are joyful. Not that, I want this thing to happen, I want that thing to happen. No, don't. No such intentions. It is that I want pure joy. I want to vibrate at joy all the time. So that with that intention, if you do this inner work and water alchemy, your perception changes. Your perception shifts even before the actual session. Okay, and then happens the deep interaction. When the deep interaction happens, it is mostly about a life review of how your life went on all the major life events. And then we ask you to write questions, and we ask you to write questions on what you want in your own session. And then that will be the pre-session talk. We will discuss your questions. This can be, no question can be open-ended, because divine will come and say, if you ask how is my life, they say it's good. What do you want to do with your life is something that you have to specify. Then they will answer you properly. And then the main session of hypnosis, where you will be put into trance through a process of induction, deepeners, metaphors, and many other things. Like we don't it is purely online. It can purely be online. If somebody wants to walk into my home, I'm happy, but it is purely online. We do this in Zoom, and we have done so many sessions like this in Zoom. And yeah, and that's how it starts. And then we put you into trance, and we access your past life. We go to your inner child memories and remove anxieties or anything that is not in alignment with joy and light. Then happens this divine interaction. If there are any souls, they get released. If there are any soul fragments, they get merged. We regress to the womb. So many things that we do, whatever is necessary for you. Not all are necessary for you. Some of them are necessary, or some of them are not at all necessary. Maybe I'm looking at your life at a different perspective while I'm taking your in the deep interaction on your life events. I'm looking at your life in a different perspective, and in the session it might come entirely different. We do not know. Okay. And this, once this session happens, we'll give you your own recording, and that will not be shared with anyone. It will be only for you. That is for sure. You will get your own recording. And after that, there will be a debrief, like, what had happened, what had come in, what kind of questions you had, and what was sorted and what was not. If there is any session needed, how frequently should we do? Are there so many problems? So then we cut short the sessions, like, we'll do short sessions, and we resolve one issue at a time and then slowly go on. There is nothing that, you may need these many sessions, but for many of the times we restrict to one session. But if needed, we go on short sessions further. And then once this is a pre-session activities that we do, and we prefer you to be vegetarian on the day at least. Eat light, avoid arguments, sleep well on the day of your session. So this is on the pre-session activities on the hypnosis, how the session happens. Once the session is happened, you will get your session recording. Okay. For many, I had seen that the session doesn't sink in. That session, doesn't sink in. They do not believe that, oh, this happened, and then that is why my life is the way it is right now. I have chosen these experiences. For them, I suggest for everybody, you must listen to your session once again. What had come in? After all, it is your own session. You must listen, because every time you listen, you had gone into that trance and come back, right? So when you listen to that session, you will know that some of the things that didn't flow in that session might flow now, because the gates are open now. Your gates to the higher self, to the higher realm, are open, and now these are open. Your information keeps on downloading. When you listen to your session again and again, it keeps on downloading more and more information, and your perspective shifts again, deeper levels. Okay, that is why I always suggest you to listen to your session more than once. And when you listen to the session, the actions that you have to do as per the instructions that divines has given, or the guidances that you get, it becomes easier for you. Okay, and when it becomes easier, may it be forgiveness, may it be some material thing that you would have to do, it becomes very easier, and then we will do effortlessly with lots of more commitment. Okay, and I will say, look around after your session, look around slowly how people have shifted their perspective for you, because it's a ripple effect. Okay, when you have sent love from this heart into the universe, there is resonance, and that because of the resonance, it would reach to the person next to you very easily, and it would also reach to the person in the other life also. Okay, it would reach to the person in the other dimension also. So look around, because there is so much that had happened in the session which you do not realize so quickly. It takes time to sink in. It takes time to manifest. It takes time to show up the results. For some, it is immediate. For some, it takes some time. But results are guaranteed. And look around, and you will see a lot of difference in the people, how they start looking at you, how you start looking at them. Okay, and continue to meditate. For those who cannot take the sessions, for example, somebody is in ICU. Okay, somebody has a deeper states of depression, they cannot go into the session. So how to do with them, what to do for them? So for them, we have something called trance medium, meaning the most experienced meditators, the most experienced people who have taken so many sessions and have got a stronger connect with the divine and the universe, they offer help for you. Meaning, on the behalf of the person that is in the ICU or sick, or people like the kids under 18 years or 12 to 15 years, we do not suggest them to go under this hypnosis. They should not be. On their behalf, these trance mediums will go into trance, will go into the session. They connect with their soul, and they bring in the data of all the data of that soul, and it would happen like the person doesn't exist. It is that soul, your kid or your parents or whoever, your spouses, your friends, whoever who could not go into the session, they exist there. and their life you are watching, and you get to interact with the divine. Like, if the person is lying down and if the person higher self has come in and talked through them, you get the luxury to interact with the higher self. Okay. And sometimes it is like, for example, I have deep depression, I cannot go into the session. So somebody, some trance medium can go into the session, like Usha can go into the session, for example. And if she is going, then I am existing here, I'm looking at my own self, I am also journeying with that person. She is journeying, my soul is there, it is journeying, and it is showing me my own life. I am sitting here and I'm seeing my own life. It's like a movie. I'm not experiencing the trance, but I'm watching it while somebody is in trance on my behalf. Okay. And I get to interact with my own higher self. So that is the luxury of having a trance medium session. But that is not given for all. It is only for the emergencies. Okay. Because this experience will open the gates to your higher self. This experience will make the connection stronger with your higher self. Okay. So that experience is needed. If somebody is doing for you, where is your experience? Where is your connect? It will also come. Even through transmedium, it will also come. But if you experience, then it is entirely different. But for those who cannot go, then this is an option. And this is all about holistic healing hypnotherapy. I hope you understood. I will open for Q&A now. Thank you so much. Did anyone understand? Did anyone not understand? Completely off? Please shoot.